Hello, my friends. I want to share with you a motivational moment. And the thought is, what if everything is meant to be and what we resist will persist? Now, I'm talking exactly about what you think I'm talking about. Yes, I'm talking about where we are right now, right in this moment in history. And I know you're probably thinking right now, as you're watching me or listening to me, you're thinking, what is she talking about? How could this pandemic that we're in right now be meant to be, and how can what we resist persist? I don't want to talk about the event that's happening. I want to talk about our mindset. That's really what I mean. What if everything around us was meant to be? What if we could adopt this attitude and this focus that everything right now is meant to be? And I'd like to draw this out for you. So think about this for a minute. I had this thought last night, and I'm just going to be transparent. I was thinking to myself, why don't I have this yet? Why haven't I achieved that yet? Why isn't my second book done? Why isn't all this stuff was going through my mind? And I started thinking to myself, and I was in this, really that place where you just kind of feel icky, yucky, and frustrated and, pissed off, however you want to call it. And I started thinking to myself, this bang of intuition came in my head and it said, what if everything was meant to be and everything that's happening right now in this moment is exactly the way it should be? And then I felt the stress, the frustration, those negative feelings just disappeared into thin air. And I started thinking to myself, wow, okay, let's draw a picture of this. So here I am right here. And I'm looking over here and I'm asking, how come it's not like that? Maybe it's freedom, maybe it's some of the other things we all feel like we're sacrificing right now. But what I want to invite you to do is, instead of looking over there, what if I was over here right now? So I'm going to draw my arrow and I'm going to show you that from here over to there is just a matter of our thoughts. Yes, it's a matter of our thoughts, because we can be over here right now. So when I started adopting this belief, which is in my mind right now, of everything is the way it should be right now, what I resist will persist, I started to think about what are some of the new things that I have created in my life and have changed in my life since the first week of March, when pretty much we were told, stay home, don't go anywhere unless you absolutely have to. I decided to take on some new practices in my life, and it has made the biggest difference. Number one, I've made a decision. I'm not going to resist what's going on in the world. I'm not going to be afraid of it. I'm going to move forward in spite of what's going on in the world. I call it the getting hit by a car syndrome. It would be like if I walk outside today and say to myself, oh my God, what if I get hit by a car? What am I going to do? Well, that sounds really silly, doesn't it? My life attitude is, I will deal with it if it happens. If and when that happens, I will deal with it if and when that happens. But I'm not going to sit over here and worry about what could happen over here, okay? A couple other ideas. Gratitude. Gratitude and fear cannot coexist. How about you? Are you taking the time each day to think about what you're grateful for? I keep this pad, my gratitude pad, and every day I get up, the first thing I do is I write down at least 10 things I'm grateful for. And you can see I got a pretty thick stack going here. I'm gonna have to print some more of these pages. But the reason I bring that up is that it's amazing what comes out on that piece of paper every day. It can be anything from my relationship with my friends, my family, my boyfriend, my health. Looking out the window and seeing a bird sitting out there while I'm writing, that could be something I could be grateful for. But you know what? It puts my attitude in the right place for the day. The other thing I've started doing is I have started slowing down to speed up. I heard this at a seminar years ago, and I thought to myself, slow down to speed up, who wants to do that? I like to run 100 miles an hour. Well, in this moment where we are right now, is it's requiring us to slow down. What is good about that? I'll tell you one thing, my stress level went from being up here to down here. But specifically, what does it mean, slow down to speed up? It means we're being more mindful. We're noticing things that we didn't notice before. We're doing things we haven't done in a long time. How many people have you reconnected with over the past 2 or 3 months? Phone calls, Zoom meetings. I have one of my best friends. We take a walk on Sundays in the park together. I'm making new friendships. I'm making new connections, and that's all still possible even when I'm sitting in my house, because we have what I'm talking to you on right now. We have smartphones, we have computers, we have Macs, we have PCs. The world is still around us. So all that being said, are we going to be upset and stuck here? And are we going to stop ourselves from getting over here because of all this noise we have? Bring where that future is and who that future being is that you want to be into the present. The law of attraction is also what this is known as, and amongst other laws. So again, I invite you to accept this idea. We are exactly where we should be right now. The more we resist, the more things persist. Take on some new habits, keep a gratitude journal, slow down to speed up, reconnect with the people that you have not connected in ages with. And the last thought is, ask yourself, how in my life have I ever been in a similar situation and asked, how did I get through that? I recently had that reflection the other night because you know what? It was a year ago that I was recently divorced, packing up my house in Chicago, changing jobs, moving back to my hometown, St. Louis, and I remember how crazy it was every day, every moment. But you know what I decided to do during that time? I decided to take on something else. I became a thought habit finder coach. I decided to learn some new skills during that time. So in the time of craziness is the best time to take on new habits, new practices, new skills, new ways of being, new appreciation. This is the time to do that. Not when the pandemic is over, not when the quarantine is over. I'm talking right now. If this was your last moment and your last day, how would you spend it? Is it time to reach out to that person you need to reach out to? Is it time to take on that new skill? Is it time to quit putting off that project you've been putting off? Is it time to start that fitness regime you've been thinking up for the past 2 years? It's springtime. Things are growing. So the end and the moral of the story is enjoy the moment. Forget about the outside world. Be in the now. Be grateful. Connect with your people. Try new things. And enjoy this moment. Always here to inspire you. Hugs.